my mom got murdered. I was in shock at the first moment, and the other side of me was relief. I need to see what's really happening there behind the scene. So I start to go in the jails, in the courthouse, to speak with the inmates, with killers, drug dealers, or rapists. I want to understand what's really happening in the mind of the people, why people do that. And then I connect with this guy. He was a killer. He killed his wife. So we connected at a certain point, and he told me, Mark, what you're looking is not here in the jail, it's inside in your heart. And my best friend, which he died 3 months ago, he told me the same thing. Mark, what you're looking is not inside the jail, it's inside your heart. I'm saying, so what I can do? He bring me to ayahuasca, and I start my journey with ayahuasca. And since that day, I receive information, and I want to help. I have to do something. And I teach you how you can understand the awakening in a spiritual way. That's the healing for me.
So hi, and welcome back to the SageFull Living podcast. Welcome, Marc DiMaggio. But I'm so excited that you're here and to share with our audience about your beautiful, magical world. So tell us a bit about yourself.
Wow, thank you to having me here, Susan. I specialize in past life regression and life between life. I also do emotional release, which I integrate with my sessions in hypnosis. And I love that because it's not just in your mind, in your lifetime, but it's also with your emotions. And I do body reading, so I understand people, what's really happened there. I receive information in a certain way. So if I receive something from the people, some kind of emotion, I need to connect the keys and see what's really happened there.
Wow, I cannot wait to dig in to find out more about this. But how did you come to this work? Where you found this work?
Wow. Yes, that came like 8 years ago. And I have a very bad experience. My mom got murdered. And when I received the information from my mom, 2 things happened to me. I was in shock at the first moment, and the other side of me was relief. And for some reason, I was focusing myself in that sense of relief. What really means to be relief? And when I was traveling to Miami to go to see what's really happening there, I decided, and for some reason received some information, say, I need to see what's really happening there behind the scene. I don't want to get in the information from the sadness or the victimization. I need to see what's really happened there. And then I start to study myself, in which way I was like dealing with everything. But at the end, it was like, when I came back from Italy, I used to stay in the market of the Yacht. I was yacht captain at that moment, around the world in the United States. So I start to go in the jails, in the courthouse, to speak with the inmates, with killers, drug dealers, or rapists.
Was this after your mother had passed?
Yes,
Okay.
Because I want to understand what's really happening in the mind of the people, why people do that.
Yeah.
I mean, what mean help people, help a woman? It was not in my mind. And then I connected with this guy. He was a killer. He killed his wife. So we connected at a certain point, and he told me, Mark, what you're looking is not here in the jail, it's inside in your heart. And the same day when I went out from that jail, that prison, my best friend, which he died 3 months ago, he told me the same thing. Mark, what you're looking is not inside the jail, it's inside your heart. And I was like, wow, you're repeating the same thing the guy told me. I'm saying, so what I can do? He bring me to ayahuasca. And I start my journey with ayahuasca. And that was 5 years ago. And since that day, I receive information, and I decide to understand how I was not able to see that with my mom. She got murdered in domestic violence. I'm a smart guy, I'm very intelligent, but at the end, I didn't see that. I was not aware about that. And I want to help. I want to help a woman. In which way I can help? I have to do something. And for some reason, in my mind, I start to understand hypnosis is your skills. Hypnosis is within you. Okay, so I start to buy books And then at the end, I just signed up for an academy. And since that day, I do hypnosis all the time. And then I start to study the body, the brain with emotional release. And a lot of stuff came out, a lot.
Wow. That is incredible. And I love that you listened to your heart, because people can say that to you. It's within, but then it's, okay, what does that mean? And what do I do about it? And you took, as our friend Ava said, action, and transformed your whole life. And it's beautiful to hear, on this podcast, ayahuasca will come up more than once because it is a medicine that my community has a lot of experience in. And I love that you give her a part of your journey to help you discover who you really are.
Absolutely. I will never say nothing against ayahuasca. Ayahuasca, she's been there for me when it was the moment. And I've been there for her to let her to come to me because I learned how to drink ayahuasca. And I can tell you it was not simple to do it because I have my journey there. But I'm glad I did. And I've been brave like everybody doing that. And after 5 years, I'm still there drinking ayahuasca almost every month. And I'm still learning a lot of information. But at the end, like you say, it's like teaching yourself to learn how to listen your body. And my body, all the information, they're always there. That's what I learned. All the information are there. So for me, it was like through ayahuasca, but it's me. I learned, okay, what mean to have the information all the time there? Just to be aware, the information are there. Okay. You receive some information. The first step is like how much I believe in that.
So how do you access that information?
It's the access they coming. The point is like, do I believe or not?
I was just about to ask you, how do you know what to believe and not believe?
It took me 2 years to understand that. So one day I was receiving some information. I start to have some image. And I'm saying, I need to test myself here. I need to really understand because I'm going to be crazy or what? I mean, I really need to understand what's going to happen here. So one day I just came out. I went in the bar and in Brickell, I'm saying, today is the day I'm going to understand what's going to happen to me. And I was sitting in my computer writing my book because I'm also a writer. And then at a certain point, I was like, I just felt some information from my chest. And there was a car accident. A lady. What are you talking about? And then I see in the other table was a man, a businessman, very serious guy, with a daughter. And the information was like, there is sadness there. Can you tell him to stop to be sad? I'm saying, I don't do that. I'm sorry. And then I'm saying, with who I'm speaking? Right? You start to really believe something happened here. Like,
I'm crazy.
I'm crazy. I'm start to really go in fantasy. But what happened, I was feeling my chest. I was saying, I don't do that. I'm sorry. And then I was see that guy. It was like, I was impressed with that guy. Businessman, very serious guy. So I don't go there. But if you deny to do the mission, release the message, I was feeling an anxiety on me. I need to release that. And then the lady show up.
Energetically.
Energetically, she show up. And she said to me, you want the details? Yes. So I'm dressed like that. That's my, how you call it in English? The necklace. It's totally red. Right? Telling that was the day when I died. I was like that. My shoes, my watch, I was like that. He's going to believe you. Okay. So I just went there. I'm saying, I'm sorry, I have to tell you something. Wow. I'm sorry for that. And I was ready to he's going to punch me or something like that. And the message like, you have to stop to be sad. Stop doing that. Enough is enough. He was looking at me, what you want? I'm saying, 4 years ago, your wife died in the car accident. Here. She dressed like that. Ta, 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 ta. And the daughter say that, listen to me, to him, he's right. He started to cry. I started to cry. He left. The information released from me was like something unique. It's like when I was drinking ayahuasca, you do something. I felt, okay. I released the information. He left, they left. And of course, I closed my computer and I left too. I back home and I start to cry by myself. So the first time for me, I used to do it. And I was like, what really happening here? Like, see, I can't do that. That's too much. But it was like releasing information and also releasing information for me, what I'm learning here, right?
Wow.
That's to be in service for the people. But the people need to know you are here, so you're too shy. I'm still shy, actually. But that's to start to be really... And from there, we can jump another story, but it start to be really... because I don't know if I want to go there, but there is so much to tell about those presence, those beings, those information, and in the way I receive those information, the way I release those information. Sometimes it's very tough.
And the information is for other people.
From other people, from beings, or for something.
Right. Wow. I mean, I got chills and I got teary when you said that.
And that's the point. Because I saw you got emotional, that's mean there is something also for you there.
Yeah.
Right? That means I release the message. Because if I'm able to tell the story, there's difference right here. Because the moment I tell the story or what a story, and the way the people reacting to me, that's mean, okay, they're releasing something too. So it's not mean I believe or don't believe. I don't care about that if people believe on me. I watching you when I say the story, I was looking at you and say, okay, she releases something there. I like that. And I'm happy for that. And I'm releasing too.
Right.
Right.
And that's beautiful because you float through the world helping people release all the time, I would think, and they don't even realize that they were holding on to something. Like, now I'm going to look within for myself. Does it even matter what I released? You know, do I need to go deep and find out what that was? Or is it just that I let it go and now I'll have a little bit more space?
It's always your choice, right? And you can go deeper if you want. Right? I'm the guy, if I feel something, I want to go deeper to see what's going to happen there. And never stop. Yeah. Never. But also you can just let go. If something beautiful is happening. Right? Because energy is stagnant energy in your body. What that means, and that's when I understand I have to work in the emotional release too. Because we have stagnant energy in our body. The tension, the fact our body is telling you something, there is something you have to receive for yourself. From your ancestors, from your family, for yourself, right?
So do you do like physical body work, touch?
I do physical body too. But my question, example, if I can ask you, when you were listening to me, no, where in your body you were feeling that?
I got like chills on my arms and my eyes started to tear. But what's very interesting through this conversation is right here. And I don't have a gallbladder.
Yeah.
And I call that my gallbladder void. So it's that area right there right now is very tight.
And there is some guilty here.
Yeah, the gallbladder.
Because, guilt. That's guilty, right? For some reason you feel guilty for something. We don't want to go there, of course. Right. But I take the example with your permission because what I want to, when I look at the people and I watch the body, I understand what's really happened there. What's happening there. So I ask question because I want that person to say, okay, this guy, because I knew. Right? But this guy say, okay, I'm guilty here. What that mean? I'm feel guilty? No, but there is something that you have to work. Why you feel guilty? Why there is a guilty there? And the body's telling you you can process that through some touch or through some activation. That's where I start to have some emotional release with hypnosis. I integrate both. Right? So I do hypnosis with emotional release, which is beautiful. So I really love that.
I cannot wait to experience this modality of yours. You know, I've had body release before where it's been very painful for me, where I have a body worker who is going in somewhere and there's something to release and I am saying what I feel. It was a past life. I was stabbed in the back and they're working on my shoulder and that's what I'm feeling is that knife going in. But it is very painful that they're working it out. Is this, you know, when you do it as a light touch or is it sometimes you have to go deep? Really in the body to release it? Usually for me, it's like support and just do some pressure or do some movement with my hands. But where I do pressure is like here in the psoas, right? Here, like because I try to take out the victimization of the people. That's where I have to go deep. I don't like to go deep in the body, in the touch, in the other part of the body, right? But because it's not necessary sometimes.
right? We are not ready to go so deep sometimes. I don't have, here in this country, not everybody's ready yet. I can tell you that. In Europe is different, but I can feel there's some resistance here in
the US.
In the United States, yes. It took me a little bit more time to work in that way. But we go there. People start to be ready. They start to accept what we do in the new modality of healing, right? Because this is very advanced. I can tell you that.
And when you do this modality for people, what is their experience and what is their after experience? Like when they have released the emotion or the trauma, how does their life change?
Totally. The life change is not just that, change also the life of their family, or the energy around their family or their closer friends. I work a lot with women that go through divorce. And usually what they're doing through our session, they change the information about them, the frequencies about their energy, and everything change about their situation with the divorce. So there is some kind of a movement in the universe through our body, through our life force, right? So I try to also to let understand there is a life force here in the pelvic area. You need to take out that they call Kundalini, but Kundalini is something more specific.
I love that what you say about when people do any of this work, any of these modalities, it's not just affecting them personally, it's affecting those around. We do these healings because we get upset with our children, our spouses, and our friends of how they act. And we can't change them. All we can do is change ourselves. And when we do that work and we change ourselves, then our relationships with them change because the energies we're bringing affects those around us. And I think that's what people need to know and need to understand is you're not doing the work just for yourself, doing the work for everybody around you.
Absolutely. And don't forget that all the people we have around us, especially our parents, our kids, our friends, our sisters, brothers, they are here to give you our inputs in our body. And you do for them too, right? Some people sacrifice their life. We spoke about my mother, right? She got murdered from his husband. He sacrificed his life to do that. People don't understand when I'm telling in that way. It took me here to understand that I forgave him, right? After 5 years, I sent a letter to him. I forgive you because I understand what's happening here. That doesn't mean he's nice or whatever. He deserves to be in jail, right? But he sacrificed his time in certain way, right? And my mom sacrificed life to have him to do that kind of movement. That's very spiritual, right? And not everybody understands that. I have to say that because that's what I learned. If you want to work with me, I'm kind of guy. So I go deep in that way. I'm not just doing hypnosis or emotional release. We go deep. We go to work. It's not just doing the work.
I think that's so beautiful because you can live a happier life having that forgiveness. And I have seen stories where there's been family members who have supported and forgiven the murderers of their family members. Because if you hold on to that, you're going to suffer. If you held on to that anger and hate of him for taking your mother, what negative effects that could have on your life that you wouldn't even have realized.
Absolutely. And that was why the first moment I received the news, the information about my mom, immediately I said to myself, don't go there. You don't go there. And some voice, and I was not spiritual, was telling me, Mark, you always choose choice. You can go there, which is okay, right? If you victimize your existence, you go in the sadness, you hate that guy, it's your right. But you can also choose to go on the other side. Love yourself. You save your life. I decide not put a lawyer, nothing. And I spoke with my family. I'm saying, I'm taking charge of everything here. We just think about my mother in the way she loved her life. I don't want to go in the hate. I don't want to go in the victimization. After 2 months, I sent a letter to his lawyer and say, I want to visit him. He said, no, you can't because you don't want you here. We never know what's will happen. So one night I wake up 2:00 in the morning and I have an astral projection of myself. And I was living the last 4 minutes of my mom's life.
Wow.
I was brutal. And when I asked my mom, why you show me that? She said, you're going to understand that. The same day I went in Italy to visit him. So I took the door, he opened the door. I was there in the table with him. It was just me and him. And I asked him, what will happen? And even look in my eyes. He was crying. I don't know what happened in my mind, but boom. So I tell him, I don't care about you. I care about my mom, but I'm here to offer you something. Show me you want to go in the jail, take responsibility for what you're doing, and you have my support. I come to you anytime you want. He didn't understand.
He thought there was a trick. He thought there was something more to it.
He was looking at me and saying, who is this guy?
Right.
I mean, Mark is like that. You know, when it happened, everybody was like, Mark is going to come here and do some stupid thing, right? At the end, no. Everything changed in my life. I started to observe like this light and the street and myself in different angles. I'm saying, there is something I don't understand here. There is something, I miss something. It's not just be in the boat and make money and have adventures. No. There is something different here. I need to understand, because that kind of stuff happening to me.
So tell me about that, because I was thinking that in today's world, there's a lot more people, as we say, are waking up. They're becoming more conscious. They're having these spiritual experiences. Maybe they're hearing voices, seeing things, or even just wanting change in their life to feel better and do more in the world and be in service. But it's answering the call. It's listening. To be brave enough to approach a stranger in a restaurant and tell him, I saw your dead wife and you gotta let go of your sadness. Like, it takes courage to step into this.
I understand that right now in different way, because I just know that is depression. About this guy at the bar, he was for 4 years depressed, right? What that mean? He was totally disconnected. He didn't want to accept his wife was dead, and was like just living his life, wake up every morning, sad, and back in the bed every night, sad, right? And the daughter was just following him, right? So you totally disconnect from your life, but disconnect to watch yourself. The depression gives you the opportunity to be there for yourself and look in the mirror. Okay, that's me. Okay, that's my face, my eyes, but what I have inside of me, within me. And you start to understand that in a deeper way. And when you start to see that, you start to be more depressed, because you see stuff you don't understand. But that's the point. That's the key to change everything. That's happening to me, right? I start to watch myself in that way. I never seen that about me. Do I like it? Do I not like it? I don't know. I was not anymore be accepted in the society, whatever. It was like to have that belief, and I was not able to take out that belief from me. What is it, that belief? It can be everything, like my wife is just dead, money stuff, or whatever. I mean, you have the belief, that belief is still the anchor in your heart. How I take out that from my heart. And the only way is to watch yourself in the way you want to really watch yourself, and really to switch that belief in a different prospect of your life. If you are sad, you can be happy. That's the point.
How?
That's the point, because be sad is very simple. To be happy is more complicated, apparently. And for me, it was like that. Oh my goodness, I always decide to be sad and to be angry. Why? And I realized I can be both. I just to be one. So I start to really find the balance. You need to find the balance. I need to go through a psychotherapist or hypnotherapist or medicine, whatever you want. But do something and find a good one, the one you really feel is authentic. It can help you. And keep going, keep going, keep going. Never stop. That's the work.
That's the work. And I think that's why we call it work, because it is,
Yes.
It's work. It's personal work. That's so beautiful. And I love what you just said. And I really resonate with that. Is the first person that you have help you, the first therapist you find, might not be the right person, but that doesn't mean that the modality isn't the right modality for you. So there are more people out there. There's so many healers. There's so many therapists. There's so many hypnotherapists and Reiki healers and theta healers. It is finding that person that resonates, that you feel seen, that you feel is authentic, but keep trying, or keep trying different modalities. And that's what we're here to showcase and to offer. You know, there are these different modalities that are out there. So even if you're watching this podcast and you like a modality, it doesn't mean that the person that's on the podcast is for you. Maybe there's someone out there that is for you. It's what resonates. I love that, going within, because we say that all the time, is that it's all within us. And I think people struggle to access that or know what to do about that. So I love that you knew that within yourself, and you're the perfect healer in my eyes because you did the work for yourself. You're not coming at this like, I just got trained and I want to do this. This actually is what worked for you. And now you know that it can work for other people. So you changed your whole life. You don't captain boats anymore.
No, I was captain boat for 38 years. I used to go Monaco Yacht Club, Cannes, Saint-Tropez, big top-class Italian yacht, Riva yacht, everywhere in the Bahamas, in the world. I used to be in for 8 years in my young age in the big boats, right? Petrol and chemical boat too. I mean, around the world. I mean, the world 3 times in my life, 2 oceans. For me to think I'm a hypnotherapist or a therapist, I'm in service and not think anymore I'm a seaman, it took me time. And I've been depressed for that too. It was some kind of grief.
Yeah, to let go of your old self.
Yes. And then I started to be there for the authors. It was very complex. My life has been complex. I love it because I love the complexity and I love the imperfection, my perfection. Yes. So my life completely changed. I'm not anymore in the boat. And I'm pretty happy about that.
With the hypnotherapy or the body work, was there an epiphany of that you worked on someone and their life transformed and that was your knowing that this is what I'm going to do for the rest
Absolutely.
of my life?
That's a very interesting question because I'm realizing I'm not for everybody and because my work is very deep and sometimes I see people with not much me and you. I really believe what I'm doing. Some client, when they came to me and they do the work, I have the example. This lady, she has a missing guy for 5 years. So I'm an expert to find missing people. So she came to me. She's totally depressed. And you've talked about something very basic. She's not spiritual, right? She never did nothing. She came to me because she was desperate. And she knows I do that job. She did with me some kind of sessions. But today she's another woman. She speak about different language. She speak about different body concept. She speak about different, there is no more religions or something there. It's like spirituality for herself is for everybody is different. Thanks to her, I created my program called The Return. We talk about 12 sessions, 3 months, plus coaching every week because I know where we can go if you go for 3 months in that session. You change your life, the concept of your life.
So about 12 sessions, 3 months plus the coaching is how you work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. But I'm speaking about kind of a client in that way. Of course, you can have a 7 session, 8 session, 2 sessions, but it's like you approach me, we can understand if you are matched to work together.
Right.
Right. To be consistent, you work, you really want to go there because there is a lady in New York. She opened the computer. I have to find a hypnotherapist in New York. There is tons of hypnotherapists. She saw my name and my website, right? And then she went in London. She opened the computer again, and again my name showed up. I'm saying, well, for some reason, the universe gives you some information. She went an emotional release to a lady in London. She had a beautiful session, and she said to the lady, I have to meet this guy, Marc. And she said, Marc who? Marc DiMaggio. Oh, that's my best friend. This is weird. There is something there we don't realize. Also for this, the people are very skeptical. It's beautiful to be skeptical, but it's also beautiful. Okay, wait a moment. There is something here I don't read. I can't believe I wake up every morning. I don't believe in that. But just change for a moment. If I believe for a moment and I listen to this guy or the other guy, what kind of message they can give to me? Give you an opportunity to yourself to really understand there is something there in the universe you can understand.
Yeah.
It's for everybody. I'm not special. Nobody's special. We are all special. The light is within us. We can take out that light. I discovered that through some traumas because the majority of people do like the way I do. Big trauma in the family. My mom got murdered, and then I start to understand. Don't wait for that. Just go now. Listen my words if you want. If you like me, you don't have to work with me, but find somebody close to you and hey, I want to try some hypnosis. I want to try some psychotherapy. I want to try some medicine. Just do it.
Yeah.
Don't wait the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Action.
Action.
Yes. And it's seeing that they're not coincidences, they're synchronicities.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, right?
I love that. Synchronicity. I work with synchronicity. And, but people don't understand what means synchronicity.
It's seeing those signs and seeing that they're a synchronicity. Oh, that's a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It's a reason. It's being put in front of you for you to notice it and use it, do something about it, research it, find out more, take action. So you mentioned that you have helped find missing people.
Yes.
Did you know that that was something you could do? And how did you find the police departments that would believe it as well?
Well, during my journey with ayahuasca, I was in my process. At a certain point, I was like looking for something. I don't remember. It was that voice called me, the young girl. Mark. Say, who are you? What's happening here? It's me. Like I would say, okay, you know what? Get out. I'm not interested. I'm in my process. Don't get distracted, right? But she was really insisting a lot. I need your attention, Mark. I need your help. Who are you? My name is Margaret, and I'm here in Weston, Virginia. I've been kidnapped, and they rape me, they beat me all the time, so I need you help me in a certain way. I'm saying, what are you talking about? Seriously? So let's do this. I auto-hypnotize myself during the process of ayahuasca.
Oh, wow.
I just went there and I found myself in that place in Weston, Virginia. Weston in Virginia was a very old place. And the energy was so dark, so bad. And I see some man, and she was inside of a wood house with a chain, but it was so heavy and I didn't like it. So I went out. I get out from that situation, right? So, and then I started to do my process. She was calling me again and saying, you need to help me. I don't know how I can help you. I don't understand what it means helping you. When you finish the ceremony, speak with the facilitator, with the shaman. They're going to tell you what to do. Okay. So I went to the facilitator and she asked me, can you hypnotize yourself and me to go there right now? Yes, let's do this. So I do the hypnosis. We went there and she called me back. Mark, go back. She said to me, Mark, she's already dead. But with a dead spirit, she's dead. So go back in the temple, help her to find the way to the light. So I'm back in the temple, I help her. She went through her process to take out all the violence and everything. And she went out somewhere in the light. But she back after 1 second back to me, crying again. Oh, I'm sorry, I can do that. I'm saying, seriously, we did the process. And she said, I'm kidding with you.
What?
What are you talking about? They told me to play the game with you, but you have that skills from people. You can help them to back home. I was not able to back home, but you helped me to find the light. So, and how that happening? Just believe on you. And that's the point. What I'm talking about is if I see a picture or I receive a call, I understand the people and my intuition tell me something, right? I receive information and I have the position. I can see that. I see the house. I see, okay, there is something there. So what happened, if I'm too long, let me know.
No, this is fascinating.
So what happened in my meditation one night, I tell you what happened, right? So I have that archangel appear in front of me. It was like tall, bold, black skin with a big wings here, right? It was Archangel Azrael, right? He came to me, he said to me, observe that. He showed me an obelisk, right? And he showed me a church, and they showed me the name of that lady. It's a very famous case in Italy. She disappeared 19 years ago, right? I'm saying, what are you talking about? So I wake up from the meditation and that name was in my mind. So the day after, I start to understand and I receive the position in my... So I open my computer and I have a meeting with somebody from that place.
And this was a random meeting. A set meeting.
In the afternoon, I have a group session with 6 ladies around the United States. All those ladies are from that place. I'm saying, there is something here like synchronicity, right?
Yeah.
I created Nostos, is the organization of profit, active. In Europe, in Italy, we are active. We already work 100%. And we are totally different other organizations. So we work in different ways. We support the family. We really help them to understand why those guys run away or they're kidnapped. It's not just they are kidnapped or run away. There is a reason why that happening. And that's my job. Means I understand the concept. So I receive message every day about those family, those kids. And that's the point. To be able to understand why that happened. They found more information. And then we are able to fund them in a certain way.
Wow.
Everything is possible. I mean, it's more simple what we think.
So you were saying there's a whole organization around the world. You have people that do the type of work you're doing to help people understand or find people that are...
So I want to be able with the organization, have a team, a specialist team to go there. When I have the information, go there, right? Make pictures, and if there is some reason we can take the guy, we take the guy back home. And the idea is in different years by a structure where I can do my therapy there for those people, those families.
So it sounds like it's runaways.
It's runaways.
It's runaways, yeah. Not
Yes.
so much of kidnapping and murders. It's runaways.
Yes, and I realize in a lot of them, a lot of guys, they go in coma for some accidents, car or motorcycles. Accident when they are young, they go in coma for different days. Then they wake up for different years. They have some kind of problems. They are not able to deal with those information they're receiving during the coma and after. So they decide to run away because they are not able to connect with the society and with the family. I spoke with so many of them in the street. I spoke with so many of them, those guys, the homeless or drugs. And I've been able to decodify the code. There is a code there, right? And the code is like a disconnection from the society in the same way disconnect from themselves, that kind of depression. When they go in that kind of depression, they start to use drugs. So we need to interrupt that. They understand there is options here. There is people like me or other. They can speak. They can resolve some kind of anxiety problems. We don't need to suffer in our world. In our life, we can have a happy life, but we need to do some kind of work.
Right.
That's the point.
I think the big thing is the word surrender.
It's surrender.
Yeah.
Surrender and watch yourself in the way you never watch. And sometimes it's very painful. I don't deny that. But that kind of pain is beautiful. I love that. I mean, that changed your life. Yeah. Thanks to that, I've been able to deal about my mom in a certain way, to face all the kind of problems in my life, to transform my life in the empty life in something very unique for me, to be in the service for the people or for me, and to deal with the grief of my best friend who today I'm a better person. I've been depressed again, of course, but everything is part to understand that's part of the process in my life.
Yeah.
But it's how you deal with that. You don't have to repeat the same problem or the same suffering all the time. You can deal in different way. You can be an advance in your life. And not grow up and be old like being the same kids all the time.
Right. And I think that is so authentic that you're not here saying your life is perfect because you've picked this path and you've done this. You still have struggles, but it's now how you face those and deal with those struggles. Because we're all going to go through it. It's never going to be a perfect, beautiful flow life. We're all going to have ups and downs, and it's how we respond and handle them through this work.
Absolutely. And that's very interesting you said, because I have a client, but she told me, so your life, it seems you don't have depression. No, I have depression. Yes, just came out from kind of depression right now. But when we are there, it's like how you understand you can get out from that, that shot, right? And then have some kind of friends too. You have to relate in your friends. And very important who you connect to around you. Have the right person. One of my best friends was Heva, and I call her. I say, I need your help. I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm a specialist. I'm a therapist, but I have my body. I have my feelings. And when I'm down, I need somebody to give me something. And I have somebody for me. And there is always somebody for you there in the world. Choose your friends. Choose who you are close to. You. Choose the one you can relate it. And you can have some kind of a deep healing. This is very important. And the young people can understand that. We need to stop to say there are 15, 17, they don't understand that. I'm starting with my son, 5 years old. I'm going to repeat to him all the stuff like healing, meditation. He repeating that every day with me.
You know, you do this work not just for yourself, but for him, because now his life can be different and he's not going to have to carry the traumas that you had because you're doing the work to release them for him and to show him a different way.
Absolutely. It's beautiful what you say, because one of my journey in ayahuasca, when I did the 7 days, and he came out to my son in my visions. He asked me, Dad, do I need to go through all your experience in my life? I said, no, you don't have to follow me in that. You can go there if you want, but if you just understand what I'm telling you, just watch me. If you like it, take the example. If you don't like it, go for your adventure, go for your life. Don't take for true what I'm saying, what I'm telling to you. I can tell you whatever you want. I can create whatever you want. I can lie to you. But it's the way you understand the message you receive from me. That's the point. You have to believe in you, not in me. That's what I said to my son. He's 5 years old. And I told him, just observe, and then you have your life.
And if he chooses certain experiences, that's his path, you know, that's his soul's path. But he was put with you for these reasons too, so that it can be different.
Absolutely. We can do nothing.
Yeah.
We can do nothing.
And I love that you talk about your own depression, because that's the thing. Like, I'm not out here showcasing these healers for everyone to think that they're perfect, because they're human as well. And we're going to go through our own experiences. And it's just that we're doing this work so that we can deal with them. So healers have healers too. Therapists have therapists too. So it's important to surround yourself with that community and surround yourself with those people. How did your community, your friends and your family react to you changing of your life, to leave that career behind? I mean, I think that's probably one of the hardest things is as people are waking up and they're experiencing their own gifts, they might not be able to share that with the people around them. And I think that is sometimes that hard part of stepping into your gifts and stepping into your self-healer, is the judgment that you're feeling you're going to get from your friends and your family. And for you to have a 38-year career and say, I'm walking away. And for me, I look at it like, oh my God, you traveled all over the world on boats. Like, that's a dream. But you said no, because there is a different way and I have a higher purpose. How did you handle that judgments coming from those around you?
There's a lot of people, they have such a respect because they can do it, right? They tell me, Mark, what you did is something I can do it, right? And I don't believe that, because if I did, you can do it. There is nothing special here. I have friends that don't, no, that's too much. I don't want to hear your story. I don't want to know that. And there is people that just delete my number, right? They don't want to have nothing with me for some reason, which is okay. I understand that. There's some kind of energy. I really believe for me, some kind of evolution on me. So the frequencies are different. I can relate with you, or you can relate with me. And that happened when it might change. When I start to change everything, all the information about me, I have my sister don't understand what's happening here. My father, he discovered me everything but about the missing people. He discovered that last year when I went in international TV in Italy. And he never tuned the TV in the morning, never. That morning, turned on the TV, and that channel is his son. I'm saying, this is Mark? I see him. And then he tried to call me later, of course. I'm saying, what's happening here? And I was telling him, I do that, like I work in the car for 3 years, blah, blah, blah. And the answer was like, why you love to be in the darkness of the people? I'm saying, why you tell me that? You still don't understand what I'm doing, right? It was like kind of an insult for me, right? But I understand this perspective was like in shock. Why my son want to do that? Why you have to deal with the problem of the people? Why do you take the energy? It's not for everybody. I understand that, right? What I see now, anytime I go in Italy, because I grew up in Italy or in France, they see me, they are curious about what I'm doing. They see that kind of new things, like they don't understand what is this, like what you're talking about, like the other side of the dead people, the other side is really like that. I'm seeing, it's like, what I want to say is like, there is nothing, I open the door and I see stuff. if I open the door, you can open that door. I can teach you to do that if you follow me. Right? I can teach you to do that. You can do that. There is nothing, I love to repeat that. There is nothing special. It's special, you don't do it.
You think so? You don't
Yes.
think that gifts are given to you think it's all within us?
When they say the gift, I don't believe in the gift.
You don't?
I don't believe in the gift. Where I am today, it took me several depressions, several serious anxieties, several serious problems in my life, and which I'm happy right now, but because I've been able to go through that. But come on, the gift usually say, this is beautiful, I give you that, the nice flowers, right? So you receive that kind of energy, very nice energy. I love that. Life is not a gift. Life is a responsibility to understand. That's the gift. If you understand that.
Understanding the responsibility.
If I'm here for some reason, if there is a real reason, that's my mission. So what's the reason? So I go deeper, and we can stay here days about that.
Right.
About that. I understand why I come from there. Why that? I see that. And you start to fly very high. But is necessary to do that? No, really. You need to find the balance. Why you are here in 3D, and why you're looking for the 5th dimension. What's the reason for you? What you need to learn to do that.
And so you heal, you do this modality. Are you also teaching it?
I'm say teach, but when I do hypnosis, my session, I teach you to do that. Right? If you come to me, you want to have my program, that's part of the session because you learn.
I love that, because the whole thing with healers, it's teaching people to heal themselves.
Right.
Yeah. It's not to be the healer and you have to come to me. Let me help you release what you need to release, and let me teach you to be able to now do this on your own.
Right. Right. I'm not a medium. I do stuff medium do, probably, but I'm not a medium.
Right. It's
Right.
bigger than that.
I mean, you need to understand that. And like you say, I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm really go deep in everything. And I teach you how you can understand the awakening in a spiritual way. That's the healing for me. And to do that, we got through hypnosis, through emotional release, through body reading, whatever you want from me. If you go through another person, you go to another methodology, right?
Yeah.
So that's, after different session, you're going to learn something very specific about you, why you are here, what's happening, why you connect with your parents, why your body, why the universe, what means quantum body, quantum field, what you understand everything more specific, more deep.
Yeah. It's being open.
Yes.
And that's what we're hoping to show people and bring them to be more open to these things and not say that's not possible.
Right.
Because I believe everything is possible. And I think that's why I'm surrounded by healers, because I believe in everything.
Right.
And so tell me stories. I know that there's truth and authenticity in what they're saying. What I was thinking a little bit before too was I feel sometimes that there's probably some mental illnesses out there that are spiritual abilities, and they're being seen as mental illnesses. But if those people had the tools in the community, that they would see that they're not crazy, that it's actually, I say gift, but there's other words for what that is. So you're fortunate that you had a supportive wife,
Absolutely.
because this could have ruined your marriage, right? And that she supported you and believed you. And so that's beautiful.
Absolutely. And this is essential, because I can't stay with somebody that don't support me to do that.
Yeah.
It's been a journey. I mean, we've been very, our relation with my wife has been really tough when we start to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And especially when my mom died, it was really to try and understand in the way I approached that, to be really I need to go somewhere. I need to understand that. At a certain point, people start to me, Mark has lost his mind. And I start to believe in that at a certain point, right? And also my wife said, Mark, you need to stop doing some stuff like that. We need to back here. I'm saying, yes, but there is something I don't see here. And then she understand there is something I was start to see, because my point was I need to prove that before to say something. And I start to tell her some stuff, and she say, okay, I mean, there is something here, right? And then I start to do with my ayahuasca. She saw my change. I was living by example, no more by words. right? Just example, I want to show you, right? If I tell you something, I have to show you. And then when I come back anytime from my journey, any kind of retreat or my meditation, and if she saw something, say, okay, this guy, he saw something. So and that was my point. I want to show you what I saw.
Does she sit with the medicine now?
Yes, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
She's obsessed with medicine too. So yeah. She have to. I mean, if you want to be with me or if I want to be with her, we have to go together there. We can stay. I can't stay with somebody. No, he's not doing that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Marriage has to grow together.
But we have our problem, like everybody.
Because nothing is perfect. Yeah. And marriage is work as well.
Absolutely.
You know?
That's lifetime.
Yeah. But relationships are put in our place for us to grow and learn.
Yes.
So is there anything else that we haven't covered that you'd like to share?
There's a lot. I really love what I'm doing.
That's beautiful.
I really love what I'm doing. I really love to be in service. And for me, it's like really, hopefully my book is come out very soon. I speak about that.
What is the name of your book?
Is Behind Your Mind is the name of my company, but it's also what I believe is beyond your mind. And when I'm saying beyond your mind, it's like that. When you watch something that way, if you start to watch in different way, you see a different message. So I go through my experience with hypnosis, ayahuasca, whatever, and I explain everything in a certain way through my experience. It's not my biography. It's something, it's like I want to prove you what I'm doing here. At the same time, there is chapter dedicated to the missing people and chapter to dedicate to my best friend, which he died. And he has been my best friend, my brother, and now when he died, he just gave me the opportunity to understand grief in certain ways, so I put in the book. So the book explains all the methodology I use to deal with all that kind of anxiety, depression in certain way, and how I went there.
That's such a beautiful way to process for yourself and to use that to help others.
Absolutely.
So thank you. Thank you for doing the work. Thank you for listening and seeing the synchronicities and having your own trusting. Because from what you've said, it hasn't been easy. And there's sure many times where you could have walked away and said, no, I can't handle this. I can't do this. But you trusted in the knowing, and now look where it's gotten you.
But thank you to have me here.
Yeah,
like very special, and I love the opportunity to open myself in certain way. And that's very big opportunity. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you. So tell us, where can people find you?
So you can find me through my website. It's like Marc with a C, DiMaggio.com, of course. My Instagram page is Beyond Your Mind official, right? And then there you have all the information. You can see what I'm doing. And if you feel resonate with that, you can connect with me. And so we can start to a video call to presentation. So it's free. And then to decide which kind of program you want. And yes, and from there you can connect.
Beautiful. And so here at SageFull Living, we talk about living a life aligned. And we already know ayahuasca is a very big part of that. Is there any other things that on a daily way that you help to keep yourself in alignment?
Absolutely. I do every day breath work, just short one, called plunge. I meditate 2-3 hours every day, like 4 o'clock in the morning and then night before go bed.
Wow.
That's my practice every day. So meditation, like you say before, meditation is not just sit down there. You can walk in the beach. You can just touch a tree. You can sing a song. For me, I put my music is like always like the curanderos music for me. They give me really, or the American native flute. Listen to those music because those are very hypnotic music. They go inside your nervous system. They really interact with yourself. So just give those frequencies. You don't have to do nothing. Let those frequencies to come to you. So, and my wife is do sound baths. So through her, we have sound bath in the house. So we regulate our nervous system. So we have the options, but we create that. So if we did, and come from a world I never know about that, and now we are everything, you can do it.
Right. And that's why I'm a sound healer too, is that the frequencies. I love it. I'm always just collecting tools around the world to offer people, because it's magic. And for me, when I perform a sound healing, the response I get of how people felt. And some people it's just relaxation, and other people it's emotional. But I know that it's doing something to their nervous system.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And can you think another something?
Please.
Two different things. We host 2 events every month in airports about hypnosound. So we do hypnosound with me and my wife. I do hypnosis, she does sound bath, and we integrate both. It's very powerful.
Oh, beautiful. And then make sure if you do reach out to Marc, mention SageFull Living, mention that you've heard him here on the podcast, and yeah, we'll see. So thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
wish you all the best for your work and the people that you're helping and for your son.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Let's